Hey Hoopheads, Brad here with another breakdown, and this time I want to talk about the Raptors defense in their 126-98 win over the New York Knicks. The Raps had a rough first quarter, getting outscored by 8, but over the second and third quarters they held the Knicks to 31.9% shooting from the field, forced 9 turnovers, and outscored them 68-40 to pretty much put the game away by the end of the third quarter. This is the Knicks shot chart for the second and third quarters together. Rough look. Let's get into it. On the very first possession of the game, Norm sets the tone defensively. Look at him get down and bother RJ Barrett. Stays with him step for step all the way to the hoop, blocks it out of bounds. Nice work by Norm, good pressure. And on this play, Gasol gets a steal almost as a fluke. As he comes over to pressure Randle, he has his hands up and active. And because of that, he's able to react quickly enough to hit the ball away when Randle tries to pass it. The Raptors score points off their defense as Siakam takes it to the hole, misses, but OG's there for the follow. In transition here, Norm gets stuck on Julius Randle in the low post. Gasol does a good job of coming over to help get the ball out of his hands. Once Randle gets rid of the ball, Gasol switches onto him, and then Norm tells OG to go guard Taj Gibson so that he's not stuck on the bigger player. This good communication allows OG to meet Taj Gibson earlier than expected. Gibson fumbles it out of bounds. Nice communication by Norm. Here, Randle barrels into the paint with a full head of steam, and Gasol is there to meet him chest to chest. Gets really vertical. Nice work. Norm fouls Julius Randle on the putback and one, but I wanted to shout out that nice challenge by Gasol. Now as Barrett tries to post up Fred, Gasol comes over with the double team again. Look how big Gasol gets on this play. Bobby Portis is open at the three-point line, but RJ Barrett can't even see him. Gasol swipes at it and it goes out of bounds off Barrett, and that's great defense by Marc Gasol. Here we get some nice switching between Terrence Davis and Norman Powell at the top of the key. As Dennis Smith Jr. charges into the key, he's met with the length of Chris Boucher, who makes him reconsider, and Smith throws it out of bounds. And the rim protection of the Raptors bigs would become a theme in this game. On this play, we have some sick ball pressure from OG all the way up to the half-court line. Wayne Ellington really struggling with it. Then as the Knicks get into the lane and kick it out, look where Chris Boucher is standing when that pass is thrown. But he still gets out with the huge challenge, and it's tough to shoot when that much length is running at you. The Raptors get the board and Siakam takes it coast to coast, misses again, but Rondé is there for the putback and one. The Raptors had 17 offensive boards this game. Here, Rondé Hollis-Jefferson is playing pretty tight ball denial defense on Marcus Morris. But as he sees Mitchell Robinson streaking towards the basket, he leaves Morris and goes over to Robinson, gets in the way. Robinson misses the shot, and Chris Boucher is there to grab the board. Here, Siakam with some solid post defense on Julius Randle, and then Chris Boucher comes over with the help to contest the shot. Randle can't get it, goes out of bounds off the Raptors. And then on the ensuing inbound play, the Raptors trap in the corner. The ball goes back up to the top. As it does, OG gets a fingertip on it. The refs don't see who it's out on. They call a jump ball. The Raptors win the jump ball and they get their turnover. Here, the Raptors are in a zone, and as RJ Barrett picks up his dribble, we see the Raptors have done a really nice job of cutting off all his passing lanes. With Fred's ball pressure, he has to wait until Frank Ntilikina is closer to half court, and by that time he's dragged his pivot foot. It's a turnover. As Barrett has the ball at the top of the key, Terrence Davis and Fred VanVleet put a tremendous amount of pressure on him. He can't gain any advantage from the dribble handoff, has to get rid of the ball, and as Ntilikina tries to throw the pass down low, Boucher gets a hand on it and the Raptors take it the other way. This time it's a bucket for Siakam, and that's another score off a turnover. Now Boucher using his length again to protect the rim. And now we see two kind of blah plays from the Knicks as Frank Ntilikina jacks up back-to-back threes from the top of the key, both of them with about 10 seconds left on the clock, and the Knicks really should be working it for a better shot than that. He's only shooting 31.7% on the season. Similar thing here with Julius Randle. There's 15 seconds left on the shot clock, and he's a 26% shooter. Siakam will let him have that all day. Now in the second half, we get some nice ball pressure by Siakam on Marcus Morris and then Frank Ntilikina. And then as Gasol comes over to double Morris, he has his hands really high, so Morris has to throw the pass really high, which gives the defense on the weak side time to get out to the three-point line. Barrett gets into the lane and finds Morris, but Marc Gasol is there to shut it down with the block, and the Raptors take it to the other end where OG Anunoby buries the three. And remember how I said the Raptors rim protection started to become a theme? Well, here's Gasol giving a great shot challenge. And now here's Siakam giving another one. And now as Taj Gibson tries to go at Marc Gasol, he swats the shot from behind, and Fred takes it down to the other end for another fast break bucket. The Raptors turning defense into offense yet again. Then Gasol turns away Dennis Smith Jr. and it's Siakam who's going to score at the other end. And these last 4 defensive plays all came within about a 3-minute stretch. This next play is such a great example of why it's important to have active hands. As Norm Powell gets hung up on the screen, Pascal Siakam uses his hands to cut off the passing lane to Wayne Ellington. Then after the quick show on the screen, Gasol keeps his hands up as he runs back to Robinson so that Barrett can't throw the pass over the top. OG gets his hands up as well. Barrett tries to throw a pass, it goes off OG's hands and he's taken it the other way for an easy bucket. And by keeping their hands active, the Raptors were able to cut off the easy passes and force the turnover. Now with 11 seconds left on the shot clock, Malcolm Miller does a nice job of moving his feet on Damian Dotson. With time running low, Dotson tries to force the pass under the basket and Fred is there to poke it away. The Knicks are going to run 2 guys off a screen here. First they run Damian Dotson and Chris Boucher doesn't react. Then Wayne Ellington comes off the screen and Boucher bolts out to cut him off. That's because Wayne Ellington is a much more deadly shooter than Damian Dotson. However, Boucher going out like that leaves Mitchell Robinson wide open under the basket. OG Anunoby realizes this, he rotates over, makes the catch difficult, and Mitchell Robinson travels. Good work by Boucher to know the personnel on the floor, and good work by OG to recognize that rotation in time. And now as Wayne Ellington comes off the screen at the top, Boucher comes out for the quick trap, the Knicks start scrambling, they throw the pass too hard, it goes out of bounds, and that's nice pressure by the Raptors. This was a pretty minor thing, but in the corner, Damian Dotson gets the ball, OG goes for the pump fake a little bit, but he does nice work to get back in the play and still contest the shot. And a lot of players will give up after that first jump, but OG Anunoby makes multiple efforts and makes life difficult for the guy he's defending. Now it's a 30-point lead, there's 4.5 minutes left, it's officially garbage time, but the Raps are still getting after it on defense. Look how hard Chris Boucher closes out here to challenge the shot. He's barely at the dotted line when Knox catches the ball. And it's that kind of effort that makes a big difference when it comes to defense. And finally, with just 2 minutes left, Mitchell Robinson gets the pass under the basket. Boucher is there to break it up again. It's a turnover. Boucher was all over the place all game. Overall, after the first quarter, this was an absolute shellacking by the Raptors. The Knicks had no answers, and it didn't hurt that the Raptors shot greater than 50% from 3. Thanks for watching. I've got an exciting announcement coming up in the next week or 2, so I'm just going to tease that. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and let me know what you thought of the Raptors win over the Knicks in the comments.